It's time! No, Mick, you're not Bruce Buffett, but welcome to the show anyway. This is the top corner where we bend it like Beckham. And oh my God, we are actually going to do the preview regarding Nottingham Forest, which is on a bounce. They have Nuno Espirito Santos, a new manager bounce. And what does that mean? Well, we have Jarvis in the background waiting to come in with his tactical preview. We also have Stu Wally here. You know, Stu Wally, that's still playing football in professional ways. You can argue to the point where we're going to ask Stewie, what is it like to play football at his age as well? And of course, we have a little bit of a bromance developing between the Glazers and Ratcliffe, you know. Glazers, Ratcliffe sitting on a tree. KISS, shake me. I don't know what to say anyway, but it's showtime, guys. We are ready to do this. Let's get ready to rumble, people. Let's do this. It's showtime.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world
on MUFC Realist TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, what about that bromance with Glazes and Sir Jim Ratcliffe? The story that came out that we will not, slag each other off. We love each other, but you can just go back to the article where Sir Jim Ratcliffe did an interview that was after he purchased Chelsea to say, well, Joel and Avram are the nicest guys, and they're owned by 6 siblings, and they don't want to sell, and yada yada yada. Here we sit and we read the report that they are agreed a prenup, basically. Don't talk shit about me. It's a prenup agreement. Everyone knows. And if you play football like Stu, you know exactly what it is. Like, how difficult is that for, Rasmus Højlund to hit that volley, take it down and just hit it. Like, we have Stu Wally, sorry. Big up, Stu. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, actually. Yeah, I've had a great Christmas. Looking forward to the new year. And before we know it, we're back at it, won't we? So, had a bit of a break. Yeah, had a bit of a break. So, the family's enjoying, which is the main thing.
Excellent. I got a message from somebody that wants to be part of the bromance. His name is Jarvis Cocker. Jarvis, how you doing?
Hello.
Listen, do you want to be part of that bromance? You read the report that, Glazes and Sir Jim Ratcliffe have sort of, come to a prenup that they're not going to talk shit about each other during this process. Do you want to be part of it?
Yeah. with the Glazers?
Yes.
Give me the money. No, but seriously, what's going on? Are they supposed to buy out Sir Jim after 3 years, or can he buy them out, or will someone else come in?
Let's talk about that first. Let's talk about the first. We did a morning show. Big up for everyone that tuned in the morning show. And thank you for all the comments, beautiful comments on that video. Me and Mark did a morning show about 10:30 UK time. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Because basically, they rushed in to get this announcement done, but it's not really been approved properly. Like, they made an agreement, a prenup agreement between themselves and inserted certain clause in contracts. And it looks like he's going to try to buy that up to 29%. And that includes buying out areas, Bowen Group, and all that in certain times. But, however, in this clause of contract, as per se as well, there's a stopgap. Like, it's going to take about 8 weeks to complete the proven test. They submit the documents to get approval by New York Stock Exchange. And they also inserted a clause, if this falls through, Glazers have to pay Joel and Avram and the Glazers $66 million or pounds, I think it was. So that's a little bit of astute smart by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And also he inserted a clause that no matter what, whoever comes in for a full takeover, he set the bar on $33 per share. And this is something that I mentioned a few days ago, where whoever comes in, that means that he can buy everyone out for the minimum price of $33 per share. And now it comes out further in the ether that they made even a further pact to say, during this period of time, you are not allowed to talk shit about me. I'm not allowed to talk shit about only positive things. Oh, I love you. Yes. What a story. Do we believe it, Stewie?
I don't know what to believe, to be honest. It's the most bizarre business deal I think I've ever come across.
This definitely deserves this Ruby special. Hang on a second. I love that one-tooth guy. Like, he's laughable.
It is. Just before we go on, a big up to my old mate Jarvis. This is John. John Commode. It's his first time watching the show.
Oh, so wicked! I'm sorry, John, if I did offended with that. The one-toothed guy. It's a big up. Thank you.
Yeah, give him a big up.
John.
Yeah, big up for John. Yeah, and big up to you all. I think it's the most bizarre business deal I've come across ever. I didn't understand it at the beginning. I don't understand it now, and I think in a week's time I'll understand it even less.
It's becoming more and more clearer, to be honest.
It's murky, isn't it? It's murky at best. Yeah. I read someone like Jarvis. Actually, I read that the Glazers can forcibly buy back his shares after 18 months. I just don't get it. I mean, why would you invest 1.3 billion?
Well, you can see at the point, Jarvis, that it's kind of a little bit of a loan. Like, I give you a little bit of money, but in return, you give me some shares. And the pledge of 300 extra into the infrastructure is not pledged to the infrastructure. It's in return, give me more shares, right? That's what it is. So it's just a share deal. It's not a takeover. It's just an investment. It's a loan.
Yeah.
Because Glazers in the club, they maximize all the credits. Nobody will give them anymore. And Bank of America and everything, they want the money by next year. So they're kind of a little bit of panicking. So will this question solve the January transfer window? No, because the Glazers and Ratcliffe came to agreement. In this period of time, in this approval period, you cannot hire, you cannot fire, you cannot do anything, right? So it's a little bit of a deadlock.
Okay. Well,
somebody's having an error.
What will happen? I just want to say one thing, Mick, before we move on. I will share the link for our Twitter. So if you guys can help me out and please share the tweet, so we will get more viewers.
While you do that,
really help out the channel. So just push the link and press a like or retweet. That will be extremely helpful. So at the end of the show, I will read out all who retweeted. So an extra credit for you guys. So super.
Fantastic. Well, at the end of the day, guys, thank you so much for all the support and everyone that's tuning into this channel. We see you in the VR room. Let's read it all out, Jarvis. Who is in the? We see Jolly Malmin is in the house saying, sounds like a few of our young players are leaving. Hannibal got a loss of loan offers. Fernandes to Benfica for 6 million. Hansen to City for 1 million. And Greenwood for 40 million. January will be interesting. Paper talk, Jolly, as well. Any comments? We said we did
the new newspaper said that Man United rejected Ineos rejected a 40 million offer for Greenwood. So what does that mean? If it's true, do they want to bring him back?
Listen, they're not really the legal custodians to call the shots as of yet. So that's bear that in mind,
Yeah, but when it comes to business, they will have the final offer. But Glazers won't do anything now at this stage. When if they have an agreement, but they're just waiting for the official papers. Of course, Ineos is running the ship from now. I would say
Greenwood's about 70-80 mil, Jarvis. You wouldn't knock him out at 40, not in January. Yeah. It just goes to show the trajectory he's been on with Getafe. People are starting to look at him. You'd up the bidding now. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, this depends on where it's coming from, because it's a lot of paper talk at the moment. Like, we did a show this morning where we actually spoke about it, and we can continue talking about it. But I just want to read out and big up everyone that's made it so far. Lillis United is here. Who else is here? Who do we have here? We already called out. There's a lot of comments. Stephanie Griffith saying big up Yalle, big up everyone. Feeling Police is here. Karma Police, like, my favorite band, but he was saying Feeling Police. Big up to you. Just passing through. Stay. Put him in jail. Don't let him go, Feeling Police. How you going? Sanjay is also here to say good evening, everyone. Good evening to you as well. John is here as well to say evening, all my old pal Stu. That is John. Yes. Welcome to the show, John, as well. Merry Christmas to all you. Gas Taylor is here to say evening, all evening to you, Gas. How you doing? Good to see you again. We saw you this morning. Glaze is out, Mick and Jarvis. We have our own. Oh, I forgot to add more icons. I need to add Stu there as well, like, in the chat. Anyway, we have also, who do we have? Kwame Darko. You guys still believe Sheikh Yassin will still buy Man United? Who knows? Who knows? Because according to my opinion, the Glazers left the door open. They didn't give Sir Jim Ratcliffe exclusivity, but something to call first refusal. That means that if somebody comes and bid over, it has to be over $33. This is very smart from the Glazers as well, because this makes sure that whoever comes in needs to bid an 38, 40, and then Glazers, and then Jim Ratcliffe can say, no, I cannot afford to raise that, but I can sell you on minimum 33. So it works in both ways, the way I read it and understood, guys.
You're right, Mick. The Glazers, I think, value in Manchester United 10 bill.
Yeah, that's what they do.
You're absolutely right. It's a loan. This 1.3 bill. It's a loan with a potential obligation or non-obligation on both sides. That's the murky part for me. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody doesn't come in, look at what happens within 18 months, see what Ratcliffe can do on the sporting side with 18 months, and say, look, I'll put the dollar out now. You're right about the Glazers. We hate the Glazers. We absolutely detest them. We hate them as fans. We hate them as people and individuals. But fuck me.
Yeah. No, but I mean, listen, Yoliman Mean says it does not make sense that parties should be talking garbage over each other. Also something that the Glazers and set as the rule. Glazers never talk anyway. You don't hear them talk anyway, so it sounds weird to me. And it's why Ronaldo and Ragnick was tossed headfirst at the club. Listen, I'm just going to bring this to this stage since we are talking about it anyway. So listen, I did this morning, but I just want to share and discuss with you guys as well. Like, basically, huge hefty fee for the Glazers would pay Sir Jim Ratcliffe for the termination of Manchester United takeover revealed. And what does that mean, guys? What does that mean? That means that he's been working so cleverly. They rushed it through before Christmas because during the Christmas Eve, everyone got screwed over by this news. But it's not really 100% approved yet. And this came on the back of the loss, basically, against, what? West Ham, wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
We got battered 2-0. And they have to quickly release something. Otherwise, they were facing protests, X, Y, Z. But in this, it's also say no dividends for 3 years proposed. I like that. That's cool. But that only gives them 2 seats. And that is potentially being Brailsworth. I mean, he's a guy that can optimize things. And if you've done business in HR, the optimization is to slim down to make it a lean machine, lean Six Sigma. Jarvis, you look like you want to say something.
No. I'm okay. I'm okay with the. I have nothing to add.
Yeah. So basically, what Rushman is saying, each party is covering the backs, and both are open to sell in the future, and that is the takeaway point. That leaves the door open for any of those Saudis. I mean, let's not be fooled. We saw the Glazers mingling around in the Qatar World Cup, not for the football, but for future investments. 100%, right? We saw the 100%, and they probably came to agreement to say, listen, we need money right now. Personally, we are broke. We cannot take dividends. We haven't been able to take dividends for a year. Give us some money. In return, you get some stocks. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Anyway, when it comes down to let's just get this over the line, let's just dust it off, right? Because I spoke about this morning, right, regarding the outs, and we spoke about in this podcast so many times the Manchester United don't have any money. So basically, this proposed investment does not go to the club kitty; it goes straight to the Glazers, and even the pledge investment goes straight to the kitty. So where are we at the moment with the finances? We are over almost 1 billion in debt. FFP is still there. We maxed out the credit cards. We used Santander Bank for 300 million to pay off in past transfers and to give Erik ten Hag a little bit money in the summer. Coming in January, There's a lot of rumors to say that we're going to buy this one, we're going to buy that one. But this is something very interesting that I discovered 2 days ago when I looked at the bench and I looked at the introduction of certain youth players. This gives me an indication that Ten Hag is trying to build the old Manchester United way, to blend in the youngsters, the academy players. We saw, what's his name, Willie Kawawamba. I can't pronounce his name. We've seen introduction of Dangor. We've seen the introduction of Hannibal. We've seen that, what's his name, Amad Diallo is coming back in. I mean, all of a sudden we look sick. We look good. And Rashford is firing at the moment. And potentially you're going to play Alejandro Garnacho on both wings. Plus, we have Alvaro Fernandez that we can recall back on loan as well. Reguilon to be shipped off back because he was just a body, right? So I want to hear your thoughts basically on what we discussed this morning. Is it my eyes to see this, or do you agree that perhaps this is what he's going to do, right? Trust the youth.
Yeah, you still can go first.
Yeah, look, interesting. We don't have any money. There's absolutely no two ways about that.
Okay, chest up.
Sorry, there you go. He's got to get creative as our friends Eric Ten Hag. A couple of things for me. I don't see Alvaro Fernandez coming back. I would keep Reguilon on. I know he's just a body. People not really convinced about him. I think he offers us a bit more of an attacking threat than Shaw. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but he's brilliant at his delivery. Good tackler as well, actually. So I quite like Reguilon. But I think you've got to rely on youth at some point. You can't always rely on signings. We're losing Amrabat in January. Yeah. We're losing Anana in January. We've got an aging centre-half pairing at the moment. So I think we must address the centre-half issue in January. We must do, because we need to bring some youth in on there. I like Willie Karawaba, whatever his name is, but he's still a bit raw, but a very, very good defender. So we've got to bring in a little bit quality at centre-half. Garnacho is going to do okay on the wings. Diallo, loan for me, for sure. Hannibal, I would keep. Gore, loan for definite. And I just feel at the end of the day, our balance is okay, but it's not quite there. And we must do something to alleviate our age kind of issues that we've got. My understanding would always be we've got 2 loans and that's as far as it goes. We can't afford to buy unless Ratcliffe is going to put his hand in his pocket as a bonus. I don't see that happening because I don't think it'd be ratified, as you quite rightly said, guys, until the beginning of February, second week in February. So for me, we've got to do some kind of shake up. We have to look at things from a more balanced point of view. Are we happy with the squad? No, I don't think anybody would be happy with the squad right now. We're weak in midfield, as we know, without Casemiro. We're weak in defence without Martinez. You can only play what you've got. Amrabat, if I was him, I wouldn't be going to the African Cup of Nations. I would be staying and making.
Hannibal's staying. He's not going anywhere.
Amrabat staying, is he?
Oh, Hannibal is not. He's not
Hannibal.
Going. He's staying.
Yeah, Hannibal. Hannibal's not going with Tunisia, is he? No. But if I was Amrabat, I'd be looking at my future career. Right now, he's looking at the exit door in June. He could probably maybe save his season if he has a really good January to May. But he's chosen to go and represent Morocco, which is fair enough. So for me, if we can get Mount back in, Mount could actually well be an astute signing in 12 months' time. Now, look at, but he could.
We haven't seen much of Mount, to be honest. We have not seen much of Mount.
He's back on the pitch, isn't he? Back training.
Yeah. Jarvis, if you look at our midfielders at the moment, we currently have Sophie Amrabat, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen, and thank God we might never see Scott McTominay start a game. We have Ahmad there also already. Casemiro coming back as well in January. Pelistri, Van de Beek is going on a loan, 100%, right? He's confirmed to Frankfurt, contract Frankfurt. Kobe Mainu, the started, Scott McTominay and Hannibal, but also in the we have a young Dangor as well, which is not on this list, right? So, listen, Anthony Martial came out that Sir Jim Ratcliffe gave the approval to sell him. in January, which everyone can agree. He needs to go. We can cash in a little bit. Rashford is starting to fire. Rasmus Højlund is starting to find his boots. Alejandro Garnacho is the future. Anthony, the jury's out on him still. Jadon Sancho, nobody wants to buy him, according to the latest reports. He's a bad apple. And Mason Shola Sholatira, I don't know. Is that somebody that we should sell?
Too small. Too small.
Too small.
Yeah, he's not. When you're a small player, you've got to be a big, stocky unit. He just gets kicked off the ball too easy. People are asking me about why did we get rid of Zidane Iqbal. He's exactly the same. A very lightweight player, really technically very, very good, but better off in a less physical league. And I think Shoreteri will be the same, less physical league.
So there is some money to recuperate there to sell Shoreteri. But Jarvis, talk to us from a technical standpoint. What makes sense, because obviously I don't think we're going to buy anyone. It's going to be a loan, and I'm tired of being loan FC, library FC. You know what I mean? We will end up with another Weghorst type of signing. I don't want Timo Werner. I don't want. So go with what we got, right? And at the end of the day, I don't know, Moral Compass, Greenwood FC is doing great. 2-footed, can play rotational striker. I don't care about moral stuff. I look at the team and, would you take him back?
Well, first of all, I think we need to loan players if we have injuries, long-term, short-term injuries, and a lot of games. But now we don't have any games in Europe. We have 2 games in January. I think we are good at the current stage. We just need players back from injury and get back into the squad and playing again. In my estimations, when it comes to the youngsters, it's hard because we won't play as many games. So I think if we want to bet on them for the future, it's we just need to loan them out, but we need the right deals. It's not about loaning people to the wrong clubs or the wrong leagues. We need them to play at the highest level possible, as I see it.
Anyway, big up.
Thanks, Trev.
Trev is here. Everyone is here. We got to catch up with some comments as well, guys. So on this channel, we're always trying to read out comments as many we can. But at the end of the day, we have a show to produce. We got to talk football. And Trevor is saying there, hopefully, Stu, did you have a good Christmas dinner? I heard it was stew.
Yeah, it wasn't Irish stew, Trev. It was traditional roast beef and turkey with all the trimmings.
Yeah. And that I'm said, things will improve. If rumors that are about getting people in like Blanc, hopefully we will get a couple of like Mitchell and Ashworth and whoever. Yeah, and that's a short-term fix, of course you need to have football in people, and Glaze is looking at, we've been investing in this club, we are the majority of the owners, but we have been appointing the wrong people to be custodians of the footballing operations and the commercial side, right? Commercially they've been doing great, but on the footballing pitch they've been doing horrible stuff because they trusted certain people that didn't understand football. So appointing footballing people does make a little bit difference, but that's just the beginning. What about the rest, right? What about clearing the debt? Who's going to absorb that debt is still lingering on? As a United fan, you have to question all this, right? You have to ratify it, is what we said. Ratify it. Listen, I'm sorry, we're catching up with there's a lot of Ratcliffe. I'm just going to skip to everyone. Big up to all of you. Rebbe Bakir is here as well. Rushmano, Martinez, and Casemiro is saying that Mount are all close to return now. So yeah, I heard about Mason Mount as well. So what about Mason Mount? Are we about to see something special in January, Stu?
I wouldn't say special, not yet. I would say workmanlike more than anything. What I mean by that is off the ball work, or probably outshine his on the ball work. And that's because, quite frankly, we don't know what to do with him. We don't know how to deal with him. It's almost another Donny van der Beek situation. We're not quite sure where to play him. The players at the moment, like Bruno, doesn't know what to do with him. Casemiro didn't know what to do with him for sure in the first game of the season. He looks
confused.
He did. He did look confused. They both look confused, really. Right now, you've got to go with what you know. So you've got to go with Eriksen, Mino, and you've got to go with Bruno as your kind of three. You have to do that. And not based on what happened at the weekend. That's just based on football knowledge and how football comes together and how people come together. You can't just throw. It's not fair on Mount either. You can't throw him in there. What you want to do is, I mean, Jarvis is right, by the way. Amazingly, we've got one league game in January, and that's Spurs. I mean, and then we've got the FA Cup in Wigan. So, so if they plan it right, these guys, we could ship them off to Dubai for 10 days. Ship the first team out, get them going.
Warm weather training.
Get them some warm weather training. Get the guys like Casemiro, Martinez. I mean, I listened to Martinez today, like most people have, and he's talking about his recovery, and he's talking about the mentality that you need to recover from an injury, and he's absolutely right. It's a long road back when you're injured. I mean, when I was a youngster, and I won't go into too many details, but I was struck down with cancer, so I had 2.5 years out the game, and it took me another 2, maybe 3 years to get any type of fitness going, and you do struggle mentally. So to listen to Martinez and the way that he's been able to recover, get himself right this time, he knew he made a mistake. He made a mistake himself by saying he was fit to come back early. Now you're going to see a different type of Martinez. And Martinez isn't going to be afraid to go in for that challenge that we know that Martinez would do prior to his original injury. You're going to see the same with Casemiro. And I actually feel you will see a different type of Mason Mount, but you're not going to see the very best of him until season 24/25.
Okay, stay on the line. Stay there on the line, Brendan. I'm gonna ask you. You're still a pro, semi-pro, right? You're still playing, right?
I'm still playing.
Isn't it? Brendan is wondering, isn't it a manager's job to figure out the consistency from a player? But I would say his assistant coaches is the one that that works daily with the player as well. The manager's there just assemble the squad and manage the whole team. At the end of the day, he delegates the job, right?
To be fair, Brendan, it's your job as a footballer. You're the one that offers consistency. I have this. I talk about it all the time. People always say to me about well, it's a coaching issue. Well, is it really a coaching issue? You get told and you get instructed, and you look at videos. You analyze the opposition. You analyze the spaces. You analyze where you can run into. You look at the game as a peripheral during the match as well. And it's down to you to get the very, very, very best out of yourself. A coach can't do it for you. A manager can't do it for you. It's up to you and the players around you. And I honestly, I get this a lot. Durham.
Forget about Dubai with our budget. Send them to Durham. Yeah,
that's a good 100%. One, Rich Manor. People always talk about coaching, and they do. When Jarvis has played it, Mick, we've all played at a very good level of football, and we all know that you're in there and you're listening and you're taking it in. But what happens when you cross that white line? The game totally changes, doesn't it, to what you have discussed during the week. And this is where the very, very best teams win. This is why Fergie's team used to win, because they used to have this ability to figure out everything on the pitch. And we don't right now. Maybe we did against Villa. Maybe, as I said to you, that part for Garnacho when he galvanised everybody. And it does happen. You look across, Jarvis is putting an absolute screamer. Mick's gone in, took the ball, run 50 yards with it, put across it. Something along that lines. And people are looking and saying, yes. It's little tiny little things, like it really is, guys. So, Brendan, you're absolutely right. They do create the environment which players can flourish, but it's down to the player and the individual. Because, as I keep saying to Jarvis, I keep saying to Mick, if I lay a 10-yard ball off to Jarvis and then he can't push a 2-yard pass further on, that's got nothing to do with the coaches.
No,
it's got nothing to do with the environment. It's all to do with Jarvis, and I'm letting him know that's out of order, mate. So next time I pass it to you, don't make me look bad. Get that pass in quicker, and that's how it works. And that's
please, can you
apologise?
Yeah, no problem. Hold that thought.
Oh my God!
Alien Peter Tenno
He's back
to gift 10 MUFC Realist TV memberships. Peter, I love you, brother. Peter, you know what I said to you the other day. Love you, bro, and good to see you. Who became a member? And everyone, thank Alien Tenno for gifting 10 memberships. Bro, you're a legend of this chat and will always be a legend of the chat together with Rushmano and everyone else. everyone has an equal say and opinion who became a member, because I'm sitting here blind. I'm operating blind. I don't have producer Mark here. You don't have either.
the new members here. We have Gas Taylor, the legend.
Gas Taylor became one. Wicked.
Ramo.
Ramo.
You have Duncan. The Badger.
The Badger. Cool.
Yeah. You have Louis France.
Louis France.
Getting new memberships today. Stephanie Griffith.
Oh, and Stephanie became a member again.
Jeff Bust, who cares? Scotty at the wheel. Ian Pritch, and that's all. So remember to thank Peter Alienteno, the chef of the Michelin restaurants in all of Britain, #1.
Yeah, he is the number one ratatouille chef in the world.
Welcome, guys.
Peter, welcome, mate. Thank you so much. Good to see that you're doing well, my friend, and thank you for supporting us as per usual. I forgot what we were talking about. I got emotional here because I saw
just a big thank you to Trevor.
And Trevor.
For his comments. Yeah, just thanks for his comments. Appreciate that, mate.
Thank you.
Yes. We were talking about coaches, and I was just not that one, but that's very cool as well.
That's one, okay.
Yes. We were talking about and to me, and as I say, I just reiterate, it really is down to you as that individual, because you make that mistake. That's got nothing to do with any coach, or anything. It's down to you at the end of the day, guys. So as much as coaching is important, as much as the environment's important, as much as the manager's important, they are there to motivate you, guide you, and talk to you and advise. But if you don't do what you're told on that pitch, you can't blame the coach. I'm sorry. And that's how my philosophy has always been, which is one reason, everybody, why I pay no attention to my skipper on the pitch either. Because you should be concentrating on your own game, and that's what I do. Big up, Steph. So
big up, Steph. Anyway,
I heard you say that before, Stu, that you don't listen to your skipper, and some do, some don't. Especially younger players, the skipper is important. For people who are not feeling it at the moment, the skipper can come in and bring them up again. But the regular players, they don't care much about the skipper and pay attention to what he says. So I agree with you in a sense, but the skipper is always important in a team. He has his role, and that's important. So
yes. I still pay no attention to him, Jarvis.
What's going on here, Peter?
That's it again.
Again, you're a legend. Should I play it again, or no? We don't have to.
Play it again.
Boom,
Play
boom,
it
boom,
again.
boom.
Play it again.
Again. All right.
Yeah.
We'll have to play it again. I don't have producer here. Producer
Okay.
Mark, where are you? Okay. Madness. Alien Tenor, thank you again. Is the way of giving. Alien Tenor's just gifted another 10 memberships. That's 20 in total, and that is our entire squad. Big up, Peter. Thank you so much. Jarvis, put your reading glasses on. You're getting old. So, go for it.
We have the new members. We have Robs. And we have Thor the God.
Thor. Yeah, Thor. Okay, cool.
And Dimi Vibaya. We have Donatus Kamau. Ian Yates.
Ian Gates.
John Buckham. We have Leroy Muller.
Leroy.
Games.
Cool.
Puri Peter and Tvaskai Mabrus. Yeah. Sorry for my mispronunciation and destroying of your
big up, guys.
Name,
thank you so much.
As good as I could.
Yeah, even with the reading glasses, you find it hard to read it, right? So I know different names are so different. I'm dyslexic as well, so I get it wrong. Madhouse.
There's a lot of creative names online. People have creative names, and kudos to you guys. But it's not always easy to read them out.
Yeah, Rush Maynard comes in. He said double Tano. He did a double serve ace. Game set match. Big up for you, Alien Tenor, as well. Big up. Don't forget to thank Alien Tenor for gifting the membership. Alien is on a madness from another planet. 30 Seconds from Mars. Good band, by the way.
On
very
tour,
very good.
Yeah, they're on tour, aren't they?
They're on tour. Yeah, I'm going to see them.
Yeah.
My wife is a big Jared Leto. Listen, my wife has a crush on Jared like never before. There's two bands she loves, and that is him, this guy, a Finnish rock band called him or Ville Vallo. She's absolutely madly in love with him. And 30 Seconds to Mars. Like I've been to two 30 Seconds to Mars concerts supporting her. Right, but the girls there, they're mad.
They go nuts, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
They go
One
nuts.
girl stood next to me and she held up a big banderola. Come to room 603.
Yes, I bet she did. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, big up Alien. Okay. Listen, guys, just finishing off what you said there. Like, and it's not the managers or it's not the club responsibility to manage individuals. They manage a team, but individuals, it's up to the agent, the intermediate, and the player itself. How he conduct himself, how he eats, sleeps, recover, right? The manager is there to oversee the collective squad. But on some occasions, you've seen they put their arm around them, like Jurgen Klopp. He likes to hug. He's a hugger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come to Jurgen, hug. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, you're right, Stuart. Like, and it's down to each individual, because talent is there in abundance, but it's how you apply your talent and how you actually conduct yourself as a professional. Consistency, correct?
100%.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Anthony is a great example of that. You can tell he's a talented footballer. As an individual footballer, he's very, very talented. He doesn't apply himself. That's down to him. That's down to him.
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Who's got a crush on me? Trevor. Who's got a crush on me? Who?
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to have a bromance with the Glazers, and I don't want to be a threesome. If that's what you're suggesting, that report that came out with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the bromance and the Glazers. I don't want to be part of it, Trevor. But who's got a crush on me?
I think he's talking about your good lady wife.
Oh yeah, she does have a crush on me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh yeah, I got this projector for Christmas. She loves me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, listen. Sorry, we're on a tangent. There's two games playing on. Brighton, Hove Albion, Hotspurs, and then later on is Arsenal FC versus West Ham. Big one, right? Guys,
Yes.
I know the Hotspur games is kicked off, but I want to hear from you. What do you reckon the score would be here?
I think Brighton might just grab.
Hey, they might win it. Deserving.
2-1. I think they might win 2-1. And I'm with Jala. I think Danny Welbeck will probably score. He's just said
Danny Welbeck
almost scored. Yeah, but I think Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck almost scored, is what Jarl is saying. Big up. Thank you
Yeah.
for providing us update, Jarl.
But I think he will score. I think Tottenham will lose 2-1.
Yes.
It's interesting actually where Tottenham
Roast
are.
turkey.
Yeah, as to where they were at the beginning of the season. Yesterday, he made a point, didn't he, Postecoglou? I will be going into the transfer market as quickly as I possibly can. Thought that was interesting. Very interesting.
Johnny's saying he goes for Brighton.
Johnny K.
Yeah. What were you saying, Travis? I think Brighton will win this one.
Yeah. Well, it's an open-ended game. I believe both Brighton and Spurs are capable to score a lot of goals, and they play with an open defense, high defense in a way. So maybe the game will end 2-2. I put money on this game and the West Ham game, just a tenner. Gamble responsibly,
Don't jinx it.
but I put the money on a draw in this game and a West Ham win. A tenner.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Brighton win.
I just play the odds.
What'd you get back?
A lot. I think it was 10 in odds on West Ham and 3.5 for a draw. So about 35.
Let's quickly go over this one. Let's quickly go with this one. I don't want to stay on this forever. We got to talk Manchester United. And Alien Tenor just gifted another tenner. So that's 30 now. Oh my God.
Legend. What a legend. Let me get these glasses on.
Oh my God. What's going on here? Listen, Alien Tenno, thank you so much, buddy. Again, I don't want to play the buzzer because I'm not in control right now. But big up. We will get to the memberships later. I just want to complete this. Let's get back to it. Okay, quickly. Yolla. 2-1 Albion, 3-1. I think it's going to be a 3-1. I just put it in here.
I think 2-1 to Brighton.
2-1 to Brighton. Okay, we'll go with
That's
you.
what I think. Yeah, triple tenno.
21.
On fire.
2-1. Reckon Arsenal get one over West Ham?
Yeah, they'll beat them comfortably tonight.
You reckon? What's
Yeah,
the score?
think so.
2-1.
2-0.
West Ham.
Oh, West Ham is good.
I like West Ham. I think they
I
were
think
really
it's going
good
to be a
against
2-2
us.
draw. I think it'll be a draw here, 2-2.
Do you? Interesting.
Yeah.
Arsenal have got to win, though, haven't they, now, with Liverpool and City?
So what do you reckon? Win?
We're
2-1,
getting
2-2?
closer to January, so Arsenal are about to come to that stage where they're starting to bottle games. And
Okay, let's do this
Ooh.
one. I spin
Ooh,
it.
Spin it. Yes. All 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
1-1.
1-0. 1-0. Okay. Because
Rebbe
it's a London
reckons-
derby. 1-1.
Yeah. Rebbe reckons Arsenal lose 2-1.
Good man, Reber.
So that means if Hoof, I call them Hoofball Albion, wins over Spurs, Spurs goes down to 5th place.
Yeah.
If that's the cable, that means if United win, we will be they play one less than us or Spurs, right?
I thought no. This should be Tottenham should be level after tonight.
Yeah. So 1919, they were down. West Ham. Okay, I don't want West Ham to have a point, but anyway, if that turns out to be the case, then West Ham is above United on equal points. But if we then go and win in the next game, we are up on 34, 2 points away. City is on 37. So just want to give that exercise, guys, because this is a brilliant Excel calculator that I have. That you can put in the scores and you can sort of jinx the table a little bit. Anyway, get back to Peter, who became a member.
Yep.
Put the green.
Put on my reading glasses, ladies and gentlemen. We have the new members.
This is today's news.
Red Devil. We have XRP.
XRP?
Born McMahon. Strebber.
McMahon.
No, Abby Rye. Pasty One. Paste One. And
Paste One-y.
Martin Shannon. Rashid.
Shannon.
Stuart
Rashid.
Laney.
Stuart
Gablar Tevel.
Wow.
And
Cool.
Shakif Nevas.
And Shakif Nevas, big up. Welcome all. Thank you again, Peter. This is third. This
Brighten her up.
is respect.
Yes. Brighten her up 1-0.
Brighten up 1-0. There we go.
Yeah, already.
The prediction is coming in. The prediction is coming in. So big up, Peter, again, buddy. Listen, transition quickly over to our game. Let's talk about football. Let's talk about the manager bout. Nuno Espiritos Santos. Espiritos. All right. New manager bounce. If I look at Forest, I cannot lie. The form guide looks like the home form has been dross. Like, okay, they won against Spurs, right, with 3-1, right? They did.
Yeah.
But Newcastle. But Newcastle is down to this bare knuckles and bones with injuries and stuff like that. They look knackered, right? But they've been having 2 losses in a row after that. The loss at home against Bournemouth, right, with 2-3. The loss against Spurs with 2-0 at home. They drew against Wolves 1-1 away, and loss against Fulham with 5-0, got battered, right? So a lot of people have been saying, oh, well, they just won last game, or we're going to be slapped. But I don't think so. I mean, even with a new manager bound, Nuno Espirito Santos. So I'm going to share the screen here again. So just for your reference, what I'm looking at. So Nottingham Forest form guide looks like win away against Newcastle, is what I said, Jarvis. Newcastle was on this bare injury front, but 2 losses in a bounce at home, right? And we're playing them away, right? Draw at Wolves and battered away against Fulham. Jarvis, talk to us. How do you see this change? Do you see any difference? Do you see that do we have to be worried? I mean, they have Alanga. I mean, I can bring this up to the stage as well, guys. I don't know if that's the team. Origi, Hudson-Odoi, Origi, Elanga, Dominiques is the front 4, right? The midfield, Nkate, Mangala, back 4, Toffolo, Murillo, Boli, Aina, and Flochte. It's a team that I don't recognize. Like, I know Hudson-Odoi, I know Elanga. I don't watch much of them, but what can we talk about them? What can we say from a technical perspective?
Yeah, when it comes to the game, I believe that Sangare is going to play if he's not suspended or injured. He's one of the best midfielders I know in the Premier League at the moment. At least defensively, he's a massive bloke. He's huge. He has long feet. He runs a lot, and he's like an destroyer in a way. He was also linked with Man United at one time. A lot of people watched him playing with Frenkie de Jong. That will be a great midfield, people said. So this team, Nottingham Forest, and especially Nuno Espirito Santos, he plays. I would say
Pragmatic.
counter-attacking football. He set up a low block in a lot of games, but he played possession-based football. I think they will keep hold of the ball when they can, and they won't open up. So we know this. We have played against Wolves a lot of times. It's always been even games, been like tipping one way or the other. But Wolves have had some long shots from Ruben Neves and stuff like that. So they have been winning a lot of games against Man United, and I see the same type of game this time. It will be a close game. It will be maybe 0-0.
Really?
Or 1-0 on a long
A
shot.
0-0, you reckon? A 0-0?
Yeah. This Wolves team, this Nottingham Forest team won't play open football. They won't play a high back line. They won't leave us space to run into.
You mean they're going to park the bus or in a way and just hit us on the counter with speed with Anthony Elanga and Hudson-Odoi?
Well, no. But they will play a mid block to a low block, I believe. And Nuno, he plays with the cautious. He plays cautious, and he doesn't open up. So this, I think it will be a difficult game. So for us, it will be the back to trying to break them down, and I will see a similar game as the Bournemouth game. So I'm not feeling
Two
it.
different teams. You're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Two different teams. Yeah. What's the people saying in the VR room? Can we have a check? Can we have a pulse check? People saying Jarvis knows. Ball, 100%.
No, I don't know. I don't know. But this is just my predictions. I don't know nothing. I know nothing.
We don't know nothing. All right. Rhythm is the dancer. I mean, I see as tempo intensity needs to be there as the last game, right? I don't see us change formation at all. I don't see it happening unless we have injuries. Stu, how do you see them play? I mean, what do you know about Nottingham Forest? And so far, manager balance, do you think it's going to make a difference? Or do you think the Manchester United are in form right now, barring that they came back from the comeback kings, what they call them right now? The spirit is high. The fight and the belief is there.
Yeah, Jarvis is kind of spot on, really, in what he's saying, the way that Forest will play. What I would do is nullify them immediately. So our ball retention for the 10-15 minutes is going to be absolutely critical. You should always try and play hide and seek with the football. Move it quickly, move it methodically, but move it accurately. And once you do that, you can almost get a feel and a kind of an idea of what your opposition is going to do. Who does the chasing? If he's done the chasing, who's filling the gap? If no one's filling the gap, that's where you start to move. And it's all about, it's a very, very apt background you've got going there, Mick, because it's all about...
Oh, yeah, that's a surprise.
Yes, it's all about...
I'm doing the hypnosis here right now.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with your television sets.
Yeah. and if you can utilize that way of playing football at a methodical point of view, then you can get at them very, very quickly. So for me, I wouldn't change too much. It's not, well, Forest aren't going to play low block it. Jarvis just said, Brendan, Forest are not going to play low block it at home. I don't quite understand. I don't understand his, I don't get it. I don't understand his comments. And then you hit the wings. You hit the wings quite nicely. They're very weak at fullback at Forest, and we can get get in behind them.
I'm happy that Elanga is doing well. Rhythm is a dancer. Elanga is doing great. He needed that 100% because he was never going to make it United in the first place. So I'm happy to see him doing great. I don't know, man. Our current form, Jarvis, You look like you sleep. Should we just go into our team and not predict 11?
Well, are we done talking about Nottingham Forest? Because I think it's important for people to understand that this is not an easy game. It's not an easy game. Don't get your hopes up too high, because we have always struggled breaking down people.
Low blocks.
Not low blocks in a way, but people who play pragmatic football.
I would say Forest don't play low block. They don't play low block, do
no,
they?
they play a mid block, but they play pragmatic, and they keep possession, and that's the thing. And they don't open up. They don't play a low block, but it never opens up, and they play in possession, and we struggle with that. We saw it against Bournemouth. We struggle really when it comes to teams like that, because we don't have the quality opening them up. We don't move the ball fast enough. We don't shift the play from one side to the other to spread them out. And at the end of the day, we lack the tempo to get them, and we never get the chance to counterattack them or So I'm really worried, but now we have players in form. They have a little bit of confidence. Maybe this is it. Maybe now Ten Hag will start figuring this out. This is my hope. But I just want to go back to Stu before we go to the super chat. How do you see us doing this? Is Eriksen and Mainu, for example, the key elements for this?
Mainu in particular will be the key element to this, because he'll have that ability alongside Eriksen to kind of get a hold of the ball and use the ball as it should be used. So he's never going to panic in possession. And when you saw what Newcastle, the way they attacked Forest, it allowed Forest then to break on them quickly. The problem you got with the likes of Alanga, and the problem you got with the likes of Hudson-Odoi is they're so kind of blinkered in their approach. So they attack you, straight. They don't attack the diagonal. They don't attack the width. They attack you straight. And it's quite issues. So turnover will be quite critical to us. And this is what was kind of, I couldn't get Brendan's thought process at all, because turnover is what it's all about. As soon as you get turnover, we can break. We can Nacho's pace with Rashford if he's on the game, with the ability and the guile of Eriksen, with Mino's ability to do short and long, with Bruno's ability to go short, long, pick out a critical pass, with Højlund now using his strength. They're not brilliant centre-half either, Forest. Willy Bolly, for example. We've got a chance to get at them. You're right. Look, let's be very, very clear about this, Jarvis. You are right. A mid-block is a pain in the arse, and with a mid-block, you need to get them out. But actually, sometimes you've got to really push and push and push on a mid-block. You've got to knock them and knock them and knock them, and almost give them a chance to counter-attack, because as soon as you let a team counter-attack, that's the space. That's where you get the space. And it's up to you to govern yourselves against that counter-attack, get the turnover and move it quickly. And once you move it quickly, you've got that space. We didn't do it at Bournemouth. We weren't at the races at Bournemouth, though. We just didn't start at Bournemouth. None of us at all. It was nobody played well against Bournemouth.
All right.
So and there's two things about that. Bournemouth, the last 6 games, they won 6 out of 6 or 5 out of 6. Solanke scored about 6 goals in that time. You're talking about a team who's on top of their game. Forest, I think you can get at them, and we've got to want and will, attitude and aptitude. And if we can push those things together, I think we can beat them 2-0. I really do. I take your point, Jarvis. I think you are right, mate, in your assessment. It's perfect. But people in the chat, please, you can get at them and you can get behind them. Look at the way Villa played against us. In the first half, they pushed us and pushed us and pushed us. We're happy. We're happy for the counter-attack. What happened is they set themselves up to re-win possession, didn't they? Beautifully in the first half. In the second half, we were against it. We understood how to get at it. And once we did it, well, the rest is in there. So, sorry, it's Alien Tenno's popped in too.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
Big up Alien Tenno. He's on fire today. He's on fire today. Jarvis. Where did the applause go? Yeah, big up. Jarvis just thinking how awesome Alien is.
Always.
We have a
Always.
bromance here. We have a
The
bromance.
chef himself, super chef.
Amazing.
Big up, mate. Big up. Thank you so much for your contribution again. So, guys, let's go right into the lineup, shall we? Do you want to do this? Because I'm thinking we are conscious of time. What's the score right now between Brighton and 2-0 Brighton? It's going to the right direction, people. We said 2-1 there. 2-0. Get in there. Get in there.
Fantastic,
all right.
isn't it?
Big up. Let's go to the predicted starting 11. Oh, guys, here we go. Right? Can we all see this? This is the magical background that I composed, people. This is gonna make you spin dizzy. You see how it's calibrating, Jarvis? Can you see it on the screen?
I see it calibrating. Yeah, with the purple background, or is it pink? I'm half colorblind, so I can't see stuff like this. At least my wife tells me I'm colorblind when she asks what kind of dress to wear. I see.
All right, so basically,
you're on dangerous ground there, Jarvis. I steer away from it as best I can.
All right, guys, we are developing something in the background. It's called our new revolutionary website. We are changing platforms. We are going to be more dynamic, content driven by you. But anyway, this is a little bit of a taste of the Realist Builder as well, which we called not Bob the Builder, but Realist Builder. I spoken to Jarvis earlier. So Jarvis said to me, Mick, I don't see any changes. So I thought, okay, if there's no changes, I'm just going to make this dynamic background. What do you reckon, Jarvis? Talk to us. Why did you go with the same lineup?
Yeah, we won a game, so let's try to build on this. I think it's time to start building relationships on the pitch. I think we have had a lot of injuries, and Ten Hag has been forced to make a lot of changes, but now we don't. So let's just try the same. The only thing I could see maybe as an option is if Luke Shaw is back, I would maybe play him at left back because he's against Elanga. I think Luke Shaw is a little bit more stable when it comes to defensively work than Diogo Dalot. So that's the only thing, especially because we have Rashford on the left, and Rashford is not known for tracking back. So maybe a more stable left side with Luke Shaw, but that's the only thing I would see at the moment.
How about you, Stu? You agree that there's no changes, keep the same formula, the winning team, what you just spoken about, they are mid-block, pragmatic a little bit. But that midfield, do you reckon we should just go in there and play a double pivot, like what everyone has been suggesting in terms of play Kobe Mainoo with Amrabat and swap Ericsson and keep Bruno Fernandes on top?
No, I can agree with Jarvis on this. I think the key element is going to be what you do with Luke Shaw. Do you bring him in, or do you keep that dynamic at the back? I'm a bit torn on that one, to be honest, because I think Wan-Bissaka should play right back, but then, Dalot had a decent game at the weekend, and so I'm a little bit torn in that. I think I would keep that 11. I wouldn't bring in Amrabat. No, I would leave the Mainoo Ericsson dynamic alongside Bruno. The good thing about that is Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, they took in a little bit, so they can make it nice tight back four. They can make it wide back four, depending on whether Elanga and Hudson-Odoi use the wings. They tend not to cut in too much. They tend to use the width more, which will suit Wan-Bissaka for sure. Won't suit Dalot so much on left back, but it will definitely, which is where I can see where maybe bringing Luke Shaw back in might be a better option for a balance point of view. But and again, Jarvis is right. Rashford probably won't come back too much. I think he'll need to. Well, you are, pal. Credit where credit's due. You are right. But the Mainoo, Ericsson, Bruno will cause them problems in the middle. There's no two ways about it. 100%.
Guys, let us know. Let us know in the VR room, in the chat room. Do you reckon we should not change the team, or let us know in the comments as well. Leave a comment as well. Do you think, who do you want to see starting? Who do you want to be benched? And I say, I would just have a short say, I say, why change a winning formula? And we should build on this, build on that success. We have a good bench, embed the youngsters, just go and play your heart out and prove that you can be consistent week in and week out. One thing was clear for me, guys. No, Scott McTominay made the team better. That midfield coming in with Ericsson provided so much better. Kobe Mainoo playing more deeper, and Ericsson providing a little bit of a shielding, and then let Bruno be the register that he is, the final ball decision maker, to spread the balls. That's what we're missing, guys. And the partnership with the Varane and Johnny Evans has been mint. I don't know about you guys, but Johnny Evans has been great.
He's been very good, Johnny Evans. But you've got experience, and he knew Manchester United anyway, didn't he? He's played under the greatest manager they'll ever walk the planet, and under Sir Alex. He knows the standards that are required. I hope he stays on as a coach, does his coaching badges with us, and stays with the club somewhere. Does something with the under 23s, shows that
Johnny Evans is a red, Jarvis.
Johnny Evans is a red.
Yeah, so to me that's
right,
what.
guys.
But you're right. You can't split Varane and Evans up at the moment. You need to keep that dynamic. I think and at the end of the day, people are having a bit of a pop. Well, we can't play Bayadir. He's going to be a little bit rusty for January. We've got 2 games in January.
Yeah,
that's it. So we're not going to worry about
one of them is a cup game.
One of them's a cup game, and he potentially would have played that cup game anyway. So
anyway.
Yeah. So,
what's the VR room saying? Are you agreeing with Jarvis or agreeing what I'm saying? Agreeing what Stu is saying? If you're watching this video in afterhand, leave a comment in the comment section. Jarvis, what is the VR room saying?
Yeah, I just want to say, Rushmano comes in and say top pro Evans, and I agree. Evans this season has been an unsung hero. We have been talking about Maguire all the time, but wow, Johnny Evans, what an impact! 36 years old, and he played like this, and I feel very secure playing with Evans, and now we playing against Chris Woods. He's a big striker, but I think he has Evans have no problems playing against Chris Woods. That would be perfect for him.
I think Johnny Evans been watching Dirty Dancing. I have the time of my life, and I never played this way before. And I swear that's the truth, and I owe it out to you.
I tell you what, Maguire will be gutted he's not fit, because he'd love to play against Chris Wood. Maguire would absolutely love it. It's right up his street, that is. But actually, to be fair to Chris Wood, he played a different type of game against Newcastle. He was really fluid with his movement. I've not seen that from him before. And normally when he gets in, he fluffs his lines most of the times. But he was absolutely clinical against
I think he scored 3 goals with his left foot.
Yeah, that one was a beautiful deft chip. Yeah, wonderful chip. It'll be interesting. But I think that will suit Varane better than Evans. Evans will like to, an aerial duel with Wood. I think Varane across the ground will be better against Wood. I don't see Wood causing as much problems. X Factor. I don't see Wood causing us that many problems, really. No. I think you'll find that we'll have the bulk of possession in this game, not because of a medium block, not because of a low block, because we're better footballers individually. We just got to take our chances, and I think Højlund will be absolutely buzzing. Højlund won't be able to. He'll be wanting the game now. Right now today, because he'd be absolutely buzzing for it. Same with Garnacho. So I think that starting 11. I'm with you though, guys. I think the Shaw Dalot conundrum's the one that he'll be wrestling with. I think it's the only issue for him to wrestle with. I don't see Amrabat being considered. So it'll be interesting.
All right.
Lean towards Shaw. I think Jarvis is right. I think I'll lean towards Shaw.
Right.
What I think about it.
Okay. Guys, Madhouse is wondering why Mickey's not a singer. I'm actually used to be a singer, used to be a producer, used to be a band, and used to play in a band. There's a lot of, you Google my name on YouTube and you see lots of songs coming out anyway. But I absolutely believe that we are, everyone rates Mick singing out of 10. Listen, I am a little bit rusty. Oh dear, don't do it now. I always start with 7.
Come on, leave him alone.
I did the Onana song, by the way. Oh, Nana, what's my name? It's on there as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
Well, yeah, I just want to say one thing, Mick. When it comes to our team, is Mason Mount back from injury? Is he available for this game?
I think he's available.
training.
I read something today, but I'm not quite sure.
He's on the grass.
He's on the grass. But you guys were saying we only playing one Premier League game in January due to AFCON, so that gives you a lot of time for people to come back.
Leave him. Yeah.
There you go.
Leave
Okay.
him.
Let's go do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the crescendo of the show. This is where we saw Jinx it, and what we have a ski
back.
slope.
He's back in tenor again.
Again? No,
Yeah.
well, what happened?
Two
What
nuggets,
happened?
2 goldens. 2 goldens.
Really?
Super
The golden
chats.
nuggets? What's going on here?
Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
hey,
Pete.
I don't have. What's going on here?
Under,
What am I missing?
Under Trevor's comments. That's it. There he is.
Oh, Mick Hoover on. I want to break. I want to break free. I want to break free. He's talking about the Hoover, the video with Queen. Johnny, yeah. You know that video? He's doing the Hoover. He's dressed up like a maid. Yeah. I want
That's
to
it. That's
break
it.
free. Yeah, big up Alien Tenno. Listen, let's do this. Guys, do we want to jinx it? Lately, I've been leaving it to Lady Fortuna, but should we just keep the same tradition? Shall we? Let's do that. Let's bring Lady Fortuna to the wheel
Only spin
here.
it once. Only spin it once. Only spin it once.
One spin.
Really?
Yeah.
Only once.
One
Only
spin.
once. Listen carefully. I will only say this
Also,
once.
there's only once. Yeah. Pink Panther.
Yeah.
That's
Just
it.
change
Yeah.
the background. Like, guys, for you that haven't seen our show before, just gonna explain it. Footballing gods do exist, and we're not gonna jinx it, right? Last time we spun the wheel, we said 2-2, and it became almost 2-2, but we scored a late one with Hoyland, it became 3-2. So up yours, footballing gods. So what we have here, guys, this is all, of course, 1-0 to United, 1-1. Draw 2-0, 2-1, 3-0, 3-1, Ruby Classic, and 2-2. Is there anything you want to add on, panel?
2-0 for me.
2-0.
Yeah. That's
2-0?
what I think 2-0 to us.
We have 2-0.
Do we? Sorry.
Is that it? Should we? All right, people, get your bets in.
We should do this with a new twist, and we should come with, let's say, 5 or 6 results, and you put them in, and then we spin. But yeah, do it for the next time.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna make sure that I have the sound on, and sorry, I'm just gonna share it again. Guys, get your bets in as well. What do you think it's gonna be? Entire screen and include the sound, because that is very, very important. Share right now, and there we go. 2-1 United, 3-1 United. Onana plays for us. What do you have here? Place your bets. Why is 2-0 not selected? Well, it is selected here. So let's spin it. Let's do this, guys. Let's get it.
You gotta add a draw 0-0. That's
a draw, a 0-0. Okay, a 0-0. Okay, a 0-0. Allora, we deserve better. You're right. 0-0. Add. Okay. So. Draw what feeling police is. Yeah, I get you, Lillis. You don't want to predict. And that's why we don't predict it. We were spinning the wheel. Spin, spin, spin. Let's go. Get in there, son. Get in. Come on. Get it on. Get it on. Get it on. Get it on. No.
Yes.
3-1 to United. It's a Ruby freaking classic. Coming in here, all. Get in there, son. Ruby classic 3-1. Always comes in.
Steph Griffiths.
You take it.
That's what Steph said. Steph said 3-1.
3-1.
And Steph is the winner. New
Steph's
car
winner.
coming up.
Snickers on its way to you, Steph.
No, Stu is going to send a new car to her.
Yes.
So 3-1 United is what Stephanie predicted, and that is a Ruby classic if you haven't followed our show before. So I also go with 3-1 United. I told you so. Yes, Stephanie Griffith, you told us so. But guess what? The proof will be in the pudding. Bar 3-1 rigged. We're not going to spin it again, Peter. We're not. No. That is about jinxing the faith. Said 3-1 too. You did Madhouse.
Madhouse said 3-1 as well.
Yeah. Clip this. This is clipped. All right, guys. It's been a brilliant show. What's the score prediction right now? What is the score going on? Is it halftime? Spurs getting flogged? Roasted chicken?
Let's have a look.
Is the Arsenal game on? It was starting right now.
Quarter past 8. Yeah. We'll get the Arsenal game.
You're watching the Arsenal game, Mick?
We are going to watch a little bit. You know, it's going to be like a little bit of...
It's embarrassing. Disgrace. That's what it is. A disgrace. That's what it is.
Watching a little bit of announcement. It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. Anyway, guys, it's been beautiful to have you here. This has been Top Corner. Bend it like Beckham. We have top guys like Stu Wally, Norwich football. You know, I call you a little bit of a volleyball, but you know, woolly ball.
Okay, I don't mind.
Jarvis, thank you for your lovely time. I know it's a little bit unusual live time. We usually go around 9 p.m.
Okay.
UK, but I love this time because that means that I can participate. It's 2 o'clock in the morning for me, right? But now, 3:10.
Usually this time doesn't work for me because my kids, they have to go to bed on school nights and stuff like that. But now it's a holiday, so they're still awake and they won't go to bed for a
Peter
couple
is
hours.
at the Forest game. Are you there live now, Peter? Are you at the Forest game? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you might be. Oh, I thought you. Doesn't mean you switch teams.
Yeah.
Alien is going to the Forest game on Saturday.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay,
yes,
he's
my boy will be there. My lad will be there. My lad will be there.
Okay.
He's got a ticket.
Thank you. Okay. Listen, before we close the shop, John, what are you saying? Great show, guys. Enjoy the rest of the year and Happy New Year to you. We see you again, John, hopefully. But before we close the shop, big up for all the moderators, big up for everyone that's contributing with this chat as well. But especially, we got to also mention where the hell did everything go? Got to stop sharing the screen and let's bring up from the beginning. So first, Stu is an icon. 100% we agree with you. What Trevor Wade was saying. Thank you. But it started the madness here with the comeback kings. What we say, Alien Tenno started with 10, and then he went with another 10. Can we count? And then he went with another 10. So that's 30 memberships from Alien Tenno. That is a full squad, a full Manchester United squad. Then he went with a super chat to say Jarvis just thinking how awesome Alien is. So it's a little bit of a crush there, a little bit of a man bromance.
Yeah,
and he also he referenced to Queen and I Want to Break Free, and that, you know, I probably want to put on the Hoover tomorrow because it's cleaning day tomorrow. So big up, Peter. Thank you. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. And you know, have a lovely match experience. Peter is one of our loyal match-going away fans as well. So big up to you. Big up for everyone. And don't forget, Jarvis, what is the most important thing?
But I have one more thing to say because I promised to shout out the people who retweeted us. Yes. And we have a couple of retweets. We have one from manutd 20. That's Matt Rush. We have Stu Wally retweeted and Jarvis Cocker retweeted, but there's more. We have a couple more. I'm just gonna open my phone. And we have the last one is Sanjay Ramatuar. So thank you guys for the retweet. It helps the channel a lot. So next time I hope there will be more names on the list and I will shout you out.
Okay, thank you, Matt, as well. Thank you, everyone. And Snickers is on his way, right? A bucket of Snickers.
Absolutely.
That's it, Paul. It's been a brilliant show. Thank you for watching and see you to the next video. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Green and gold until we're fully announced and sold. And be nice to each other in the socials because we are all Reds no matter where you are in the world. E-Red, match going, whatever, doesn't make sense. We support the same team and support this channel. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.